Fertilizer Computation by Jenny G. Hidalanga, BSA 1B. The problem. A rice farm of 2 hectares calls for a recommended rate of 125, 85, 63 kg NPK per hectare. The farmer owner sought technical assistance from you as how many bags of fertilizer will he need to apply in the area. How many bags will you recommend for the 2-hectare area if the fertilizers available in the market are urea 4600, ammonium phosphate 1620, muriate potash 0060, and triple 14? If the price per bag of fertilizers are follows: urea 1050 per bag, ammonium phosphate 900 per bag, muriate of potash 1000 per bag, and triple 14 850 per bag. How much will he spend for those fertilizers that you recommended? And now let's gonna solve the problem. To answer the question, how much will the farmer spend for those fertilizers that you recommended, I'm gonna use this formula. Amount of fertilizer material kilogram is equal to recommended rate kilogram nutrients per hectare times area in hectare divided by percent nutrients in fertilizer material. The given are recommended rate, which is 125, 85, 63 kg NPK per hectare is needed to apply in 2 hectares. To get that, I apply E suffice the recommended rate. I apply the urea as fertilizers, which means it contained 21% nitrogen. The other one I used ammonium phosphate, which contained 20% of phosphate. The other one I used is muriate of potash, which contains 60% of potash. And lastly, the triple 14 contains 14% nitrogen. Now I calculate the fertilizer. Amount of fertilizer to suffice the recommended rate of 125, 85, 63 NPK per hectare. Step 1. Calculate for the N. I use single element fertilizer computation, so I have recommended rate of 125, 85, 63 kg NPK per hectare. First, determine the amount of urea that will use in field so that recommended rate of nitrogen in a hectare is 125 to meet the 125 kg nitrogen per hectare. I use urea since the urea is contained of 46% of nitrogen. I will convert it into 46% into decimal point and it will be 0.46. 125 kg of nitrogen per hectare multiplied by 2 hectare and divided by 0.46, I get 543.48 kg of urea at 2 hectares, so that I suffice that 125 kg nitrogen requirement per hectare. Step 2. Calculate for phosphate. Since I get the 125 nitrogen per hectare using urea, I already zero amount needed in the field. The remaining fertilizer amount of recommended rate, which is 0.8563. Because I already met the nitrogen and to meet the ammonium phosphate, I use ammonium phosphate as fertilizer since the recommended rate for phosphate per hectare. I'm gonna divide pure phosphate needed in the hectare by 0.20 because the ammonium phosphate contains 20% of phosphate. And I get 136 kg of ammonium phosphate, and that will need to apply per hectare to suffice the 85 kg phosphate requirement. Step 3. Calculation of potash. The remaining amount that I will not able yet to suffice is 63 potash per hectare. To get the recommended rate, I need to apply muriate of potash, which contains 60% of potash. 63 kg potash per hectare multiplied by 2 hectare divided by 0.6, which arrive from the answer of 210 kg. Which means that to meet the recommended rate of 63 kg potash per hectare, it needs to apply 210 kg rate of potash in the field. Step 4. Calculation of triple 14 from the lowest recommended rate. The lowest recommended rate is 63, which contains 14% nutrient and fertilizer material. I'm going to Divide 63 kg potash per hectare multiplied by 2 hectare as an area. Divide by 0.14, which gives me 900 kg triple 14 per hectare, which means to reach recommended rate of 63 kg potash per hectare, it need to apply 900 kg of triple 14 in the field. Lastly, I'm gonna calculate the money spent by farmer in the fertilizer he used in the field. 535.5 kg of urea divided by 50 kilos per bag is equal to 10.71 or 11 bags. Multiply 1,050, which gives me an answer of 11,550. 850 kg of ammonium phosphate divided by 50 kilos per bag is equal to 17 bags times 900 is equal to 15,300. 210 kg of muriate of potash divided by 50 kilos per bag is equal to 4.2 or 4 bags times 1,000 is equal to 4,000. 900 kg of triple 14 divided by 50 kilos per bag is equal to 18 bags times 850 is equal to 15,300. 11,550 plus 15,300 plus 4,000 plus 15,300 is equals to 46,150. Therefore, the farm owner spent 46,150 pesos total amount for those fertilizers.